In a room bathed in cold blue light, the screen glows with regret and gotcha disappointment. Rows of purchase tags mock him like ghosts of pay-to-win sins, and yet the loot gods still spit in his face. Bruh, after dropping this much cash, I still get shafted, not even a 3 million gift pack? Give me a break. Meet Tatsumi Kyou, a walking wallet, controller in one hand and juice box in the other, soaking in the emptiness of late-night grind sessions. By society standards, he's made it. Cash-rich, luxury-free time, no job, just vibes. But the flex stops there. Can't be helped, guess I'll run it back with the hidden boss one more time. Except this ain't just a sad gamer arc, it's his last. He tells us straight up, parents? Gone. Younger sister? All he's got left. Money? Overflowing. Time? Not so much. Because life, ever the petty villain, dealt him a terminal illness, no resets. No DLC. The doctor's verdict? 3 months left on the clock. Before I kick the bucket, he says, I'm doing everything I ever wanted. No skydiving, no romance, no bucket list trip to Tokyo Disney, just pure gamer vengeance. His final wish, become the first to reach an impossible tier in the MMO Divine Fantasy Chronicle, a level so cracked no one's ever touched it. Yes, cleared! And just like that, history gets rewritten in a flash of golden light and pure cracked-out determination. Mission complete. The words are glowing behind him, and his smug little controller drop is louder than any mic drop in esports history. After nuking his savings and turning his circadian rhythm into spaghetti, the mad lad did it. All-nighters, millions blown. But I finally beat it. As the sun rises and reality creeps back in, a familiar voice slices through the serenity. Brother, you pulled another all-nighter, didn't you? Enter the silver-haired queen with the no-nonsense aura, his little sister. Kyou, still basking in the high of victory, hits her with the classic NPC lie. Nah, I just woke up. She sighs. You really need to take better care of yourself. He hits her with a goofy little, thanks, Lady Runa, then suddenly, bam, his body hits the floor like a puppet with its strings cut. Huh? My vision's getting blurry. The vibe flips from sitcom to medical drama in 0.2 seconds. And just like that, the moment of glory turns into a death flag waving in 4K. Moments later, he finds himself in a strange world. Floating islands, glowing trees, a massive dragon, a stitched-together nightmare covered in golden crown-like horns and eyes where no eyes should be. Where am I? Kyou mutters, I was just in my room, playing the game. He opens his eyes slowly in a room. Suddenly, everything went dark. What happened after that? His body refuses to move as if something is on him. He blinks open his eyes and finds himself face first in the cleavage of a blonde goddess who looks like she just walked off a dating sim cover. Hero, she beams, clinging to him like a prized possession. You must save the continent of Ira. This wasn't an RPG cutscene. This was either divine punishment or the most expensive hallucination of his life. He narrows his eyes, hazy but locked in. This voice, it sounds familiar. Kyou sits up, dazed but squinting hard like a man trying to solve a math equation with a hangover. Who are you? You could hear her heart shatter in 3 languages. What? You trash brother. How could you forget the bond we've built? That's so cruel. Kyou's confused expression doesn't budge, but something clicks. The background, the NPC energy, the weirdly familiar dialogue. It's not just giving deja vu anymore. It's screaming it. Wait a minute. This is exactly like the world of Divine Fantasy Chronicle. Kyou tilts his head, eyeing the blonde in front of him like he's inspecting a used gacha pull in real life. Huh. I didn't realize she was actually this small. His eyes narrow as realization creeps in. Wait a second, that pose, that outfit, that's the scammy enhancement merchant, the one that kept draining my money with fake upgrades. He blinks, struggling to piece it all together. Am I hallucinating or something? The woman smirks, clearly enjoying this way too much. Oh, it's no hallucination, but if you really need proof, why don't we test it out? And without warning, she spins around like Chun-Li mid-combo and straight up heels him across the face. Yep, that's definitely not a dream. His jaw just filed for early retirement. Kyou wipes his cheek, feeling the pain resonate through his jaw and realizing he's definitely not hallucinating. No way. This is real. Did I actually get isekai'd into Divine Fantasy Chronicle? Before he can fully process, a voice thunders through the hall, breaking the tense silence. Hey Kyou, get out here now. A cocky figure stomps in with the swagger of someone who thinks they're the final boss but is actually just an NPC side quest. Behind him, Kyou sees a familiar face, his sister Runa, now dressed in sleek gear and clearly annoyed. Today, your sister's going to become mine, the arrogant newcomer announces loudly. Go goo! Stop it! My brother is sick! Runa shouts, trying to shove the overgrown thug aside. Kyou blinks, dumbfounded. Lady Runa, you're here too? She shoots back, irritation mixing with concern. What do you mean? This is our home. Of course I'm here. Another wave of disbelief hits Kyou. Not just Runa, even this go guy was someone from his real life. The lines between reality and fantasy aren't just blurred, they've vanished entirely. Before confusion can fully consume him, the blonde knight girl, now properly introduced as Fu, steps forward, breaking into their conversation confidently. Relax. Let me clear this up. She smiles like she's dropping game lore. You see, hero, you're supposed to be long dead, but you cleared a hidden mission nobody else could finish, so the system resurrected you into this world as a reward. Fu leans back, casually, continuing her absurd explanation. According to the rules, the more money you spend, the stronger your bonuses get. But you spent so much money that your soul couldn't handle the backlash, and now you're weakened. Kyo stares blankly. So you're saying I got nerfed because I spent too much cash? Exactly. She laughs lightly. Didn't I always tell you to watch your spending? Just as she's cheerfully promising some bonus items, Gu interrupts loudly, his patience thinning. Kyo, listen, I'll make Lady Runa mine either way. Your only choice is whether or not the entire Tatsumi family survives. Runa snaps at him fiercely. Go, that's cowardly. Go sneers, ignoring her completely. Time's ticking. If you don't choose, I'll choose for you. Flames erupt from his fists as he lunges toward Kyo, cackling with villainous glee. But Kyo just calmly meets his charge, grabbing Go's attack effortlessly, the flames dispersing harmlessly. Hey, Kyo's voice turns cold, eyes narrowing dangerously. Can't you tell I'm in an extremely bad mood right now? Go skids backward, panic flaring in his eyes. Impossible! He blocked my attack? Kyo smirks mockingly. You're just a martial artist with a flashy animation, low-tier fodder. Power erupts around Kyo, an aura bursting forth, his eyes glowing with dominance. He's not just playing the game now, he's rewriting the rules. Thankfully, I kept this golden scale armor from earlier, he thinks, recalling the premium gear gifted by Fu. Gao snarls, signaling his minions to attack. But Kyo barely moves, slicing through them effortlessly, dropping them like disposable mobs. Listen up, Kyo states coldly, his voice echoing with authority. I don't care whether you're NPCs or humans from my world, let me show you the real power of a pay-to-win champion. The dust settles, leaving Kyo standing tall, confident, and completely unbothered. This isn't a game anymore. This is his new reality and he's taking full advantage. Before Kyo even finishes flexing, another figure storms into the room, panicking wildly. Young master, let's hurry and bury all these bodies before someone finds out. Kyo sighs quietly to himself, recognizing yet another real-world face. Miss Toki made it here too, huh? The newcomer rushes over, full of energy and dramatic tears. Miss Toki, are you injured? We got lured away, leaving you exposed. He crushes Kaio and Runa into an over-the-top group hug, practically sobbing. I was so worried. If anything happened to you two, I'd die. Kyo squirms awkwardly, barely breathing through the bear hug. Relax, we're fine. Just chill. Finally released, Runa quickly gets serious again. Big brother, if the Izumi family finds out, things could get dangerous. Miss Toki nods gravely. Exactly. If we don't act, they'll definitely come for revenge. The red-haired newcomer, still flustered, leans in to whisper anxiously, and you know how troublesome the Izumi family is. Young master, honestly, how strong are you right now? Kyo pauses thoughtfully. In-game ranks flash through his mind. Skilled, elite, legendary. Izumi Go was second tier, skilled level, which means he glances at the small green mark floating above his own head, then smiles sheepishly. I'm probably below apprentice level, just a lowly entry level. Entry level? Miss Toki's jaw drops. Yeah. Kyo grins shamelessly. Can't you see this green mark? She shakes off the shock, turning protective. Lady Runa, young master, quickly gather your things. You must leave immediately. I'll hold them back. Kyo gently interrupts, waving her worries off. Relax, Miss Toki. Sure, I'm entry level, but with the gear I have, level 3 enemies are no problem. He casually pulls out a pair of mysterious books, handing one over. The redhead cringes, recoiling instantly. Books? Ew, young master. I get headaches just looking at these. Meanwhile, Runa grabs the second book, determined. I can't always depend on you two. I'll protect myself too. She flips it open, then freezes. Her cheeks redden instantly. Wait, what is this? Her eyes widen at the provocative illustrations, her embarrassment skyrocketing as she reads the title, Divine Charm Arts. Her whole face burns red-hot with shame. Kyo notices immediately, gently taking the book back. On second thought, maybe my little sister shouldn't learn something this ridiculous. Just focus on your skills, Runa. Though inwardly, Kyo sighs. But maybe studying a little won't hurt for emergencies, he admits to himself reluctantly. The red-haired assistant bursts into excitement nearby. Young master, I just tried the breath technique from the book you gave me, and my body's durability doubled already. Kyo nods knowingly. As expected, the items the system provided are top tier, but when he tries to flip to chapter 2, he nearly drops the book in shock. Locked? Only chapter 1? The system's way too stingy. Fu smirks smugly from the sidelines. You can't stand not knowing what's next, huh? Trash brother? Don't worry, the more you level up, the more you unlock. Moments later, Kyo finds himself stuck at Izumo Lake, gloomily holding a fishing rod and bait. Fishing all day for a rookie-level upgrade? Seriously, a golden scale king's liver? That's level 4 material. What's with these insane requirements? Fu only shrugs mischievously, offering no sympathy. No choice, hero. Missions come first. Kyo sighs deeply, resigning himself to this absurd fate. He's starting to miss the pay-to-win simplicity of his bedroom grindfest. Kyou leans back against the breeze, calm as a Zen monk but smiling like a man who knows he's about to break the game. After grinding this side quest to death back in the day and earning the title of Night King, I already know the whole cheat code, he mutters to himself. No stress. He flicks his wrist, sending a cloud of bait cascading across the lake like pixelated fairy dust. First, I will flood the lake with enough snacks to put the regular fish in a food coma. With precise timing, he launches a shiny lure into the water. Step 2, toss in the VIP bait and just chill till the golden scale king takes the bait. Barely a few seconds pass before the rod twitches. The surface of the water ripples with rising tension. Kyou blinks, stunned. Oh, it's already hooked? Kyou grips the fishing rod with that same confidence you'd expect from a man who's fished up world bosses before breakfast. I just need to move the rod at the right intervals. I've done this so many times. I've got confidence in my skills. His hands move with practiced rhythm, a real-life cheat code at work. Come on, show yourself, Golden Scale King. He hurls the line into the water like he's summoning a divine beast. And sure enough, the water explodes. Out erupts a dazzling creature, all glitter and rage, practically surfing a tsunami straight into the sky. But instead of a monstrous koi or some Elden Ring horror spawn, what does he pull up? A woman. Correction. A full-blown mermaid queen who looks like she spawned from a high-budget gacha banner. Kyou's eyes widen as he squints up at the aquatic goddess spiraling in midair. Huh. What the hell are you? The rod's still in his hand, the mermaid's still on the hook. And this just became one hell of a catch. The mermaid introduces herself gently with a smile. My name is Sena, thank you for saving me. However, Kyou bluntly responds, clearly unimpressed. No, I didn't save you, I was just fishing. She explains earnestly, undeterred by his coldness. I understand, but I was captured by the enemy and held in Izumo Lake for a long time. Thanks to the bait you scattered, I regained my strength and was able to escape. Kyou sighs, a bit irritated, and mutters, So you ate the bait I scattered? He then thinks to himself, utterly confused. Was there a side quest with this kind of story? I can't remember at all. Just then, his elf companion smiles cryptically and says, There are still tons of things you don't know. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Intrigued and opportunistic as ever, Kyou looks directly at Sena and asks boldly, Well, since I helped you, by any chance, are you going to give me some kind of reward? Like returning to the depths of the lake and catching the Golden Scale King for me? Embarrassed, Sena apologetically admits, I'm sorry, but going back into the lake is dangerous, and I've already eaten the bait. Still, she brightens up cheerfully and adds, But I will never forget the kindness you showed me today. One day, I will definitely repay you. Kyou scoffs, skeptical. Saying one day makes it hard to expect anything. He turns away, dismissing her. Whatever, just go already. Having a woman tagging along would only get in the way. But Sena surprises him completely, suddenly leaning forward and softly kissing him on the lips. Stunned, speechless, Kyou freezes, heart racing. Sena pulls back with a mischievous smile, declaring happily, With this, I've marked you. Now I can find you anytime. Flustered and visibly annoyed, Kyou snaps back. What are you planning? You weren't satisfied by just the bait and now want to eat me too? Laughing playfully, Sena says she'll leave now, but first shyly asks for a favor. But before saying goodbye, I have one request. Actually, I don't have any clothes for moving on land. As I am now, I can't go anywhere. Could you give me some clothes? Anything that can cover me is fine. Kyou reluctantly obliges, handing her casual clothing from his item bag. Sena happily changes, thanking him warmly. Give me just a little time. I will definitely come back to repay you. Left alone, Kyou sighs at the lake edge, thinking, if I start preparing special bait now, I have no idea how long it'll take. I need to think of another method. Elsewhere, deep within a rocky canyon, a massive, terrifying beast rampages, cornering two adventurers, a desperate man and a frightened woman. The man yells, Imoto, run away quickly, panicking internally, damn it, Murakami. This is Gutsy Izumo, so why is such a demon here? Just as their situation becomes dire, a relaxed voice echoes from above, Whoa, that's a big dog. Everyone looks up to see Kyou standing casually atop the cliff, staring down at them. In a breathtaking instant, Kyou leaps effortlessly from the cliff, shocking the adventurers. The desperate man exclaims, Is he flying? No way, a level 4 master? We're saved! But instead of engaging seriously, Kyou examines the beast thoughtfully, commenting casually, What kind of dog is it? Since it's here, maybe taking it home wouldn't be so bad. Launching a powerful attack with swirling purple energy, he effortlessly subdues the rampaging beast. The adventurers are shocked, exclaiming, No, Oji-sama, he just jumped straight down the cliff, and now he already subdued it? Either way, he's beyond us too. We need to escape. But suddenly, Kyou wonders aloud, nonchalantly, maybe the jump was a bit too high, my legs are tingling. The desperate man stares blankly, asking incredulously, Who are you? Wait, what about the demon wolf? Kyou, utterly calm, points casually behind him at the once terrifying beast, now frozen in shock. Oh, I'm fine, that thing's probably fine too. I heard there's a kind of credit in Azumo. He then playfully taunts the beast. Hey, are you playing dead? Should I punch you awake? Instantly obedient, the beast leaps up eagerly, wagging its tail enthusiastically at him, now completely domesticated. Amused, Kyou chuckles. You want me to get on? Well then, see you too. I've got things to do, so I'll be leaving first. With a satisfied grin, he mounts the newly tamed beast, riding away triumphantly and leaving the adventurers utterly bewildered at the absurd spectacle they just witnessed. Meanwhile, in the forest, birds scatter, wolves stir, and tension crackles in the air. Kyou's mount skids to a halt beneath towering trees and glowing eyes. This must be the place, he mutters. Before him looms the legendary beast, an enormous white tiger with electric blue fur and an aura so intense the trees bow in reverence. Only a human apprentice? This isn't just any beast. This is the king of beasts, the fabled ruler born of divine blood, able to command every creature under the sun. I heard from the demon wolf about you. What do you ask of me? In the trees, a bird and a beast whisper nervously. I hope he won't do anything to offend the great king. Another replies. He's standing before a living legend, the king of beasts. Kyou remains composed, gazing upward. The king of beasts, a legendary divine beast, said to rule all life, born from the unity of divine creatures, commanding birds and beasts alike. The tiger narrows his eyes. Humph, you seem to have some respect for me. Speak. What is it you desire? Kyou smiles, unbothered by the divine pressure radiating from the beast. Well, tigers, if you trace them back far enough, they're kind of part of the cat family, right? That means you like fish, just like cats. A beat. So, could you help me catch some fish? The entire forest falls silent. The tiger's face twists in disbelief, fur bristling, fangs bared, his divine pressure skyrockets. What did you just say to me? The beast's blue fur crackles violently, anger surging from him in waves. Oi, say that again, the divine tiger roars furiously, eyes blazing with outrage. Kyou calmly repeats himself, hands casually in his pockets, completely unbothered. If you have beef with guests, just say it. Unfazed by the legendary beast's terrifying aura, Kyou adds with casual disrespect. By the way, aren't you getting too worked up lately? Feeling stressed? Your breath stinks. The divine tiger's patience snaps like a thread, and divine pressure erupts around him. You've got some nerve, human. You think I won't get angry? You're getting cocky. Massive wings burst from the beast's back as he rises skyward, fury crackling around him. I'll send that body of yours straight back to the underworld. The beast crashes down in an explosion of raw power, claws poised for destruction, but Kyou is ready. With swift precision, Kyou dodges effortlessly, his movements smooth and controlled, watching calmly as the beast misses and crashes violently into the ground. But the legendary tiger is relentless. With lightning speed, he lunges again. This time, Kyou meets the attack head-on, confidently dodging once more before countering sharply. In a display of impossible strength, Kyou delivers a brutal punch, cleanly shattering one of the divine beast's massive fangs. The tiger recoils in shock, pain briefly flickering across his face. Kyou casually catches the broken fang midair. To think you were hiding such power. I knew it. Being irritated is probably why even your gums are rotting, Kyou mocks, smirking at the beast's humiliation. I broke your fang, so you must feel much better now, right? The beast freezes suddenly, the realization dawning on him. Indeed, the unbearable toothache that tormented me vanished. My strength, it's rising. Suspicious, the divine beast narrows his eyes, thoughts racing. That strike just now? Could this guy have come here to kill me? I need to act cautiously for now. What exactly is your goal? The beast demands. Kyou sighs impatiently. I've told you over and over, I just want your help catching the golden scale king. The beast pauses, reluctantly calming himself. Kyou tilts his head slightly, pressing further. I relieved your pain, so shouldn't you at least return the favor and help me out? After a tense moment, the beast sighs, relenting at last. Fine then, I'll lend you my strength. You're after the golden spirit king at Izumo Lake, right? It's not too far if we go on foot. Kyou nods lightly. Oh, got it. They move through the dense forest quietly, but as they near Izumo Lake, something feels off to Kyou. He narrows his eyes slightly, scanning the area suspiciously. Did this path ever appear in the game? I don't remember it, he mutters cautiously. Shrugging it off, he takes another step forward, and immediately the ground beneath him crumbles, plunging him into a trap of glowing emerald tendrils. Whoa! Kyou is momentarily caught off guard, struggling against the plant-like restraints. The divine beast calmly observes, not bothering to assist immediately. Oi, human! Stop your futile resistance. This is an ancient formation. Although weakened, tying you down is still easy. You won't fool me anymore. Tell me your true purpose. Kyou, visibly annoyed, snaps back defiantly. How many times do I have to say it? I came here to ask for your help catching fish. But the tendrils tighten around him, constricting further. Kyou clicks his tongue in irritation, realizing he needs another approach. Suddenly, he recalls a solution. The voice of the blonde goddess echoing in his mind, teasingly. Kyou, finally changing your class, huh? I knew you'd come begging eventually. But remember, your stamina attribute will decrease accordingly and you won't be able to use your current weapons. Kyou scowls at her cheerful voice ringing in his ears. Why the hell are there so many restrictions? Damn it! The goddess giggles softly. That's why you have to work hard to level up. You'll thank me later. Kyou clenches his teeth impatiently. Fine, whatever. Just hurry up and switch my class already. In an instant, blazing red and blue energy erupts from his body, shredding through the plant restraints effortlessly. Kyou stands amidst a swirling vortex of colorful energy, powerful, upgraded, and now more resistant than ever. Eyes narrowed in sharp analysis, Kyou identifies the heart of the formation trapping him. Whether to prioritize offense or defense depends on weakening the enemy, strengthening oneself, or creating illusions. But every formation has a core, and if you destroy it, the entire formation disappears. Kyou narrows his eyes, the eerie glow of the formation still humming in the air. His palm pulses with red-hot energy, aimed like a sniper's scope. That formation core should be over there, he mutters coolly. I'll smash it. In a flash, he unleashes a spiraling beam of pure destruction. The energy rips through the corrupted vines, crashing into the core like a divine cannon. The entire field quakes. Magic cracks apart, the suffocating energy vanishes. Kyou stands calmly as fragments of the shattered formation rain down around him. Looks like something else just showed up. From the fading magical mist, a woman floats down gracefully. She's a fox-human hybrid, her pointed ears twitching slightly. Feathery black wings spread from her back like royalty descending. She lands with a quiet breath of relief. Woo, I thought my head was about to get crushed, she says. Her voice is calm, but her eyes scan the battlefield with sharp intelligence. But I must thank the hero who saved me. If not for you, I would have remained sealed for hundreds of years. Behind Kyou, the divine beast's pupils shrink, his wings tremble. This can't be. Kyou glances back. What's going on? Is she your enemy or something? But before he gets a response, the divine beast suddenly dashes forward, eyes wide, heart thundering, shouting, Mother! He soars into the air toward her, his voice breaking with emotion. But instead of a warm welcome, smack. She slaps him across the muzzle with her wing mid-charge, sending him crashing awkwardly into the dirt. She clicks her tongue. Honestly, crying so much when I'm not even dead? How disgraceful. The divine beast slowly rises, ears drooping slightly, voice trembling. Mother, I thought I'd never see you again. Kyou watches this bizarre scene unfold with visible confusion. Mother? The foxwoman turns to face him now, her wings folding neatly behind her back. Hero, she begins softly. I was late in introducing myself. My name is Garuda. She gestures lazily to the still sniffling divine beast behind her. And that over there is my foolish son. Kyou raises an eyebrow, something clicking in his head. Garuda? As in one of the 4 great divine beasts from mythical fantasy realm? Garuda, the legendary divine beast in human wolf form, eyes Kyou with quiet curiosity. A divine relic? I was sealed away for hundreds of years. To think that tales of us are still being passed down, she murmurs, her voice tinged with subtle melancholy. Turning gently to Kyou, she offers a faint smile. Hero, if you hadn't saved me, I would have remained trapped for eternity. Kyou stares at her thoughtfully, slightly intrigued, yet cautious. I never encountered this one while playing the game, but I suppose there are entities you can only meet within certain legends. Narrowing his eyes slightly, he questions with blunt curiosity, if you're so powerful, why were you sealed away? Garuda sighs lightly, eyes distant. I've grown old and no longer possess the strength I once had. Moreover, it seems I had angered someone I shouldn't have crossed, though it's not worth going into detail. She tilts her head, a curious glint returning to her gaze. But more importantly, why is the hero in a place like this? Behind her, the divine tiger beast, Garuda's son, cautiously begins backing away, sensing his mother's suspicion. But she catches him immediately, her voice turning dangerously sharp. Hey, who said you could move on your own? He freezes, flustered. Mother, please forgive me. Garuda doesn't relent, eyes narrowed in disdain. You foolish son, she growls softly, flexing her wings ominously. If the hero wishes, I could even make soup out of this one's bones and give it to you. Kyou waves a hand dismissively, smiling awkwardly. No, that's okay. I need to capture the Gold Scale King now anyway. Without hesitation, the divine beast immediately leaps into the water, resurfacing moments later with the wriggling golden fish between his jaws, a proud expression plastered across his face. Garuda calls over from the shore, amusement lacing her voice. Hero, if you require any other fish, just let me know. I'll have him scour every inch of Izumo to find them for you. Kyou reluctantly accepts the fish, mildly disgusted. No, this is more than enough. Staring at the fish squirming weakly in his grip, he sighs deeply. Seriously, do I really have to swallow this raw? Grimacing, he steels himself and takes a reluctant bite. Ugh. After finishing, Kyou straightens up, grateful but eager to move forward. This is plenty. I still have places to be, so I'll be going now. Garuda offers a warm farewell, eyes twinkling mysteriously. Let's stay in touch. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to call me. As Kyou disappears into the distance, the divine beast mutters quietly, pride injured. Mother, you don't have to be so courteous to a mere human. If you were to show your true power, humans would be nothing more than insects to crush. She chuckles softly, unfazed by his bruised ego. Foolish child, his level is only 1, you know. His eyes widen sharply, disbelief flickering through his expression. Level 1? Could it be he's hiding his true strength? Garuda shakes her head slightly, gaze fixed on the horizon. No. Despite being level 1, he's already surpassed beings far above him. That is why I've decided to watch over him. I will accompany him as he reaches his great strength. The fallen wings of our clan will soar again into the sky. At a nearby bustling town, Kyou browses through a street vendor's stall. Brother, that'll be a total of 7,000 Zion, the vendor cheerfully states. Kyou checks his pockets, suddenly remembering he didn't have the 7,200 the merchant wanted. The merchant noticed and got angry. Wait, don't you have any money? The vendor's expression immediately sours. If you're broke, then just get lost. What a waste of my time. Kyou slumps, sighing deeply. Come on, you didn't have to yell at me like that. Behind him, a familiar teasing voice rings clearly. Oh dear, did our hero forget something important? He turns quickly to see Fu, eating a kebab. Kyou grabs her right out of the air by the waist like she's a misbehaving bug and glares daggers at her. Hey, I ate the gold scale king's liver just like you said. Kyou is this close to losing it. And now you're telling me I also need 3 flash stones, 3 ore stones, and a sacred gem on top of that? Are you kidding me? What's next? Are you going to tell me to eat a live monkey? Just dangling in his grip like a smug ornament, Fu just shrugs. Well, it's not my fault. That's just what the system decided. Kyou sighs heavily, rubbing his forehead. Getting a sacred orb might be a bit tricky, but the other 2 shouldn't be too hard. Strolling down the bustling street, he notices something peculiar. A small fortune teller's stall with a glowing orb on display and a sign that reads, Fortunes told, no charge if wrong, 3 fortune tellings a day for each person. A mysterious fortune teller quietly is seated behind her crystal ball, watching out for potential customers. Suddenly, a customer steps in before her, a flashy, overconfident guy with ice blue hair and a cocky smile. Rita, could you do a reading for me? He asks casually, pouch of coins in his hand. But Rita, the cool-headed fortune teller, doesn't even look up. With her eyes closed and expression blank, she responds flatly, Impossible. You and I have no connection. Oof, that's cold. He tries to laugh it off. Come on, don't say that. He slides the pouch of coins across the table, gold clinking together like temptation itself. Here, will this do? Please? Rita's eyes crack open slightly. She glances at the pouch. No words, just a long pause. Then suddenly, oh, it seems I was mistaken. Turns out we do have a connection, she says, suddenly polite, slipping into business mode. So, what would you like me to divine? Go ahead and tell me. Meanwhile, just outside, Kyou is watching with a big smile. He spots the setup from afar, eyes narrowing slightly. A fortune reading? This might actually be a good idea. Yeah, he's already planning something. Moments later, a new stall appears in the plaza. Basic table, smug energy, and a shiny little sign that says, Divination, like it means something. Tell fortunes for anyone, from kids to adults, no matter who. No ripoffs or fraud, guaranteed. Rita sees the newcomer from afar, watching as customers' heads turn. Curious townsfolk start to drift closer, maybe drawn in by the confidence or the desperation. Then she shows up. Without a word, she slams her palm down onto the table. Hard. Hey. Rita doesn't hold back. You'll tell everyone's fortune? Are you messing with me? Her voice cuts like a blade, and her glare's doing the stabbing. Kyou doesn't even blink. Just sits there with that laid-back grin like he's running a spa, not a scam. What do you mean? You can only tell fortunes when you have a connection with them, right? He gestures lazily, smug as hell. I do not have such limitations. Her lip twitches. The audacity. Don't you even feel shame when this orb does everything? She sits down angrily while glaring, and she declared, putting the fortune teller's dignity on the line, let's have a fortune-telling match. Rita leans in, locking eyes with Kyou, her voice laced with sharp confidence. Whoever wins here gets the business. The loser will leave from here. How about it? Kyou glances at her unfazed. A smirk curls on his lips. Unfortunately, I don't have any fortune teller's dignity or anything like that on hand. His grin stretches wider, eyes glinting with that familiar predator energy. But I'll accept the challenge. I need money. Rita straightens, a fire lighting up her gaze. Then it's settled. Fu, the smug, pint-sized goddess who clearly enjoys drama too much, floats into view with her trademark mischievous smile. The first fortune teller's skill competition will be held in Indra Town. Hovering like an announcer over their makeshift stage, Fu poses the first question with theatrical flair. Question number 1. What color are the clothes of the person who will pass through that intersection next? Rita and Kyou both answer instantly. Purple, Rita states coldly. Yellow, Kyou counters, wearing that easy, almost bored expression of his. A second later, a woman passes through wearing a bold, unmistakable mix of yellow and purple. Woo, both of them got the correct answer. Fu announces cheerfully. Rita exhales, slightly annoyed, shooting Kyo a brief glare. Next time, I'll definitely allocate enough magic to guess it right. Fu's eyes gleam as she continues. Now, question number 2. What is the hairstyle of the person who will pass through that intersection next? Short hair, Rita says confidently. Bald, Kyo declares casually, completely sure of himself. As if on cue, a man strolls through without a care in the world, and Fu takes off his wig, revealing that he was bald. This one. I can't decide who's got the correct answer, Fu muses aloud. Now, the last question. What will the weather be for the evening? Rita straightens, her eyes narrowing with absolute certainty. It will be sunny until evening. No, Kyo says softly, his expression changing into something darker. It'll start raining soon. A heartbeat later, as if triggered by his words, thunder booms and rain pours down, drenching the plaza instantly. Rita stares, eyes wide in disbelief. That's impossible. Kyo leans back, still unfazed, that calm superiority radiating stronger than ever. Rita finally drops her shoulders, frustration and shock blending in her voice. I lost. Rain soaking the ground, Kyo just smirks, eyes half-lidded with smug triumph. I didn't achieve the title super astrologer for nothing. In his mind, the truth surfaces. Astrologers aren't your everyday fortune tellers. They're the hidden, rare class capable of manipulating the stars themselves, even twisting fate enough to alter the weather. Fu had asked this question knowingly to assist Kyo. You would have been trashed without me, Fu whispers with a big grin. Rita sighs, eyes cast downward, resignation heavy. I lost, just leaving from here. She stands up, preparing to leave. Then pauses when she sees Kyo looking at her orb, a slight smile returning as she turns back to him. I'll give this to you. Kyo raises an eyebrow suspiciously. Are you sure? For 5,000 sol, she replies. Kyo is taken completely by surprise. You want money for that? He sputters, clearly stunned at the audacity. Since I've lost to you, I have to change my job now. Besides, you'll probably use it anyway, she murmurs. He starts bargaining back. I won't pay a single penny over 2,000. Rita settles for it and happily accepts. That will do. But Rita isn't quite finished. Before Kyo can fully react, she leans in suddenly, surprising him with a kiss that lasts just a beat too long. Pulling away with a sly grin, she whispers teasingly, and then I'll give this to you as a special bonus. She straightens, smirking mischievously as she walks away, leaving Kyo momentarily stunned. Heh. He can't go any further than this, though. But Kyo's smirk only returns, completely unfazed. I haven't said anything about that. Shrugging off the encounter, Kyo quickly refocuses, determined once more. Well, whatever. I already know everyone's future. Now, time to earn money for crystal stones. His piece lasts all of 10 seconds before chaos bursts into the plaza again. Angry voices roar through the rain. It's here. He's a fraud. A group storms toward him, their rage unmistakable. Kyo's smile vanishes, replaced by a chilling intensity. He slowly rises, voice low and dangerously calm. You guys, what did you call me? Looks like he's been set up. One of the men steps forward, visibly agitated, pointing at Kyo accusingly. Rita showed up here a week ago. She's surprisingly accurate. She divined Lord Bro's fortune, predicting his rise to the top of Izumo. He even paid her a huge sum in advance. But when Lord Bro actually needed help, you know what she did? His voice darkens, fury simmering beneath each word. After receiving the money, she said, I can't understand this. Only my teacher can solve this, so give me the money and my teacher will fix his problem. Then she disappeared. He leans in closer, practically snarling in Kyo's face. Thanks to this, Lord Bro's situation only got worse. Kyo sighs internally, utterly done. If that's the case, go look for that good-for-nothing teacher of hers. Why are you surrounding me? But mid-sentence, a thought strikes him cold. Hold on, that teacher. No way. The thug smirks knowingly, stepping even closer. Who else is there besides you? There were people who listened in on your conversation too. The realization slaps Kyo across the face. Rita's coy smile echoes in his mind, her voice practically mocking him. She screwed me over. The thug cuts off his internal rage, forcing Kyo's attention back to reality. You've got two choices. Return the advance payment we paid, or solve Lord Bro's problem. Fu, floating nearby, smiles brightly as if this isn't her problem at all. Oh, please. There's only one choice. Of course, I'll see you there. She vanishes instantly, leaving Kyo standing dumbfounded. Hey, why are you jumping the gun? Kyo snaps, turning sharply to chase her down, clearly pissed, but the mob immediately misunderstands, rushing him. Get him! Damn it! Kyo clicks his tongue and bolts, his calm facade cracking instantly as he dodges and darts desperately through the streets. My current physical ability is just at the level of an astrologer, he curses to himself, narrowly dodging blades and fists. But running away for now is no big deal. He leaps, pivoting sharply midair. And that's exactly when it all goes wrong. A sickening snap echoes as he twists his ankle awkwardly, pain shooting up his leg. Give me a break. It's way too fragile, he thinks frantically. This is bad, I can't get caught here. But fate has other plans. In perfect comedic timing, Kyo crashes face first into someone, bouncing off before landing hard on the street. Oh dear, Fu giggles nearby, amused by his clumsiness. You're clumsy as always. Kyo finds himself sprawled awkwardly on the ground. You back then, she murmurs softly, realization dawning on her face. Why are you here? The scene quickly shifts to an opulent room within a grand palace, rich tapestries and regal furnishings clearly marking the importance of the place. A man speaks first with all the gravitas of someone who signs off trade embargoes for fun. I am Rin, from Izumo Village. I serve as the chairman of the Chamber of Commerce. If you hadn't helped us back then, we would have died at Mount Kitahodo. The girl steps forward, eyes still locked onto Kyo like he's a puzzle she hasn't quite solved. Thank you so much for that time. Kyo realizes she was the girl and the man the demon wolf was attacking before he subdued it. Don't worry about it. I'm Tatsumi Kyou. But just as the reunion gets warm, the temperature in the room shifts. Captain Sieg steps in like a tank on legs, his voice louder than anyone asked for. I don't care whether it's a misunderstanding or not. His fist clenches as he barks the next order like a verdict. We absolutely have to bring that man to Lord Bro by the end of today. Rin narrows his eyes. Suddenly, a few guards silently walk in after sensing his disapproval. Clearly not here to make friends. Sieg turns toward the men, gritting his teeth. Why go so far for the sake of one outsider? Rin steps in again, sipping calmly from his tea. He is a valued customer of our Chamber of Commerce. Do you intend to oppose our Chamber of Commerce? Sieg hesitates. What exactly do you want us to do? Rin, still playing chess while they're on checkers, proposes. How about going to Lord Bro's place and solving his problem? But if he is successful, then you must reward him. At the mention of payment, Kyo's eyes immediately spark with interest, his trademark smirk returning. If I'm getting paid, I'll go and do it. Night blankets the kingdom as the towering silhouette of Lord Bro's castle pierces the sky like a Gothic spear. Inside, gilded halls echo with heavy footsteps. Sieg announces, Lord Bra, I brought him. Enter Lord Bra, shirtless, monstrous, and wearing more arrogance than clothing. Have you arrived? Bring him here. His oddly big belly sticks out like a blasphemy. Sieg commands with a growl, From now on, you must not tell anyone about what you see. Kyo raises an eyebrow. Hey now, what on earth are you going to show me? Sieg steps forward solemnly and delivers a line that should have come with a health warning. Our master, Lord Bro, is pregnant. Kyo's jaw hits the floor like a dropped anvil. His pupils dilate. His soul evacuates his body for a brief moment of denial. What? Kyo's mind couldn't wrap around a man being pregnant. What on earth is going on? He blurts out, already regretting every step that led him to this royal maternity mystery. Yup, the guy's pregnant. But wait, there's a kicker. He claims this baby bump is the handiwork of an evil spirit. Classic. Kyo smirks inwardly, catching on to why he was summoned. Astrologers don't just read stars, huh? They also remove curses and do exorcisms. How could I forget? Things got even more bizarre when a small child rushed to Lord Bro, exclaiming, Dad, you're really going to be okay, right? My little brother's already gone. If something happens to you. The kid burst into tears, and Bro awkwardly comforted him, explaining this boy was his adopted son, worried sick about losing yet another family member. Kyo quickly interrupts the emotional chaos, calmly stating, Let's skip the tearful soap opera moment. Point me to this so-called evil spirit. Fast forward to a creepy basement entrance. The evil spirit is down there, Sieg explained. Turns out, Bro had hired some hotshot named Grandmaster Barn to exorcise the spirit. Kyo's job? Just chill and assist this Master Barn and collect that easy paycheck. Inside, Barn dramatically whipped out a flashy chain technique, sealing the demonic presence. Kyo rolled his eyes. Dude's burning chains in enclosed space. Carbon monoxide poisoning anyone? Barn, cocky and theatrical as hell, turned around with a flashy pose. Sit back and let me handle this kid. Don't interfere. Kyo shrugged indifferently. Cool, long as the money hits my account. Barn, ready to flex, summoned a massive, glowing holy cross. Appear! Holy cross. His assistant nearly exploded from excitement. The holy cross. Master summoned it effortlessly. The demon shrieked painfully as the cross's golden energy zapped through her. Barnes smirked arrogantly, convinced he'd already won, but suddenly his cocky expression melted into shock. The demon lunged forward aggressively, roaring, Who the hell are you to mess with me? Barn panicked. Wait, it survived! Fine, take this! He launched another desperate attack, but the demon was unfazed, easily evading Barnes' attack. She launched at him with the intention to end the battle, here and now. Barn realized this might not be as easy as he thought. Kyo, arms folded and completely unbothered, casually mocks Barnes' assistant. Hey, genius, if this keeps up, your amazing master's gonna be toast. Barnes' assistant raged, red-faced. How dare you disrespect my master? You have no idea how awesome he is. You stay out of this. Kyo's eyes flicker with cold calculation as he watches the battle unfold in the distance. He doesn't have enough spiritual power. He relied on the power of the formation, And now, he's burning his own soul just to summon that cross. But this fight isn't ending anytime soon. His stamina and energy are draining. If this keeps up, he'll definitely die. But the other guy takes offense. Big mistake. What did you just say, bastard? Say that again. Kyo's stare sharpens, crimson, ominous. Let go of me, he warns. The guy recoils, heart skipping. He knows what's behind those eyes, someone who doesn't bluff. My master's been at this for decades. There's no way he could lose, he yells, trying to hold on to some fantasy. Bam! His master, aka decades of experience, gets smacked into the earth like a wet sack of regret. Screams echo, panic spreads, and the squad finally realizes they're in serious trouble. A demoness towers above them, her wings spread like the curtain call of death. And Kyo? He's just chilling next to the carnage. Hey, Sieg stammers, got anything we can pop? No way I'm dying here. Kyo pulls out the flame calmly. The Holy Cross, right? Think I can summon it? They laugh at first. Kid, don't do anything reckless. Barn rushes forward, panic in his voice, desperation thick. I'll set up a formation, use this time to escape. Once the formation loses its power, it'll be too late. But Kyo? Completely unbothered. He glances at the flame in his hand like it's a lighter at a concert. Just because you couldn't do it doesn't mean I can't. No arrogance, no shouting, just pure surgical confidence. In a flash, glowing golden swords swirl into the air, flames orbiting him like a celestial executioner. Everyone stares, jaws on the floor. A golden holy cross? That's not possible. It is, and it's already too late. With a divine sweep, the golden cross launches like divine judgment incarnate, piercing the sky, shredding through the demoness with blinding speed. A primal, gut-wrenching roar tears out of the demoness as the golden crosses explode around her, searing her flesh with holy energy. Her shriek pierces the heavens, so sharp it makes the very air quake. With one furious burst, she lets loose a sonic shockwave, scattering the divine crosses like ash caught in a storm. Still trembling, she tries to save face, taunting Kyo with a shaky smirk. You're pretty good, wielding the holy cross like that, but surely you've poured out every drop of your strength now? Kyo doesn't even flinch. The air crackles again. More crosses ignite around him, radiant and ready. His voice drips sarcasm. Every ounce of strength? You speak as though that's a fact. Her eyes go wide.
Huh?
She counts 8, 12, 16, and loses all composure. Wait, I surrender. Don't bully me anymore, she wails, dropping to her knees like a whipped puppy. Kyo chuckles, dark and amused. Ah, really? I kinda preferred the fierce demon act from before. Then his voice hardens. Now, spill it. Why did you impregnate, bro? Yeah, that question hung in the air like a fever dream. She stammers, eyes filled with regret. Master, you misunderstand. I wanted to help that child. Kyo narrows his eyes. That child? She nods. A small spirit appeared here. A child who died unfairly. All he wanted was more time with his father, Bra. His soul was too fragile to last, so I fused it with mine. I put him in Bra to fulfill that last wish. Kyo exhales slowly, gaze ice cold. And what if that had killed Bra? She winces. I admit, I didn't think that far, but I've never heard a human before, I swear. His eyes scan her aura, reading her like a truth-detecting machine. You're clean. No human blood, you're either honest or a really good liar. He sighs. Fine. I won't kill you, for now. We'll check with Bro. She bows deeply, trembling. Thank you, Master. I'll follow. Up the stairs they go, and as they resurface, Sieg greets him like nothing happened. Oh, Master, have you finished dealing with the evil spirit? Kyo gives a lazy shrug. When did you wander over here? It's handled. Sieg peers over Kyo's shoulder, stiffening. Then who's that woman behind you? Hey, lady, you shouldn't be here. It's dangerous. The demoness flashes a smile that's all teeth and menace. Adorable, but I'm not exactly harmless. Sieg takes one step back, then another. Cut to the mansion. Bro's massive stomach lies exposed, the source of all this nonsense. Kyo lays it out clean. The baby isn't a curse. It's Toby. The boy's spirit fused into Bro. Bro chokes up. Toby? Daddy missed you so much. Kyo, ever the professional, gets to work. If he keeps absorbing your spiritual energy, Bro, you're a goner. Time to separate you two. He reaches out, hand glowing, and with one smooth motion pulls Toby's spirit free, a soft blue wisp of innocence. Bro stammers, desperate. Master, can you tell us what really happened to Toby? Kyo doesn't even turn around. Ask someone else. I've been paid. My job's done. He starts walking off, but something catches his ear. Poor Toby. He wanted to become a sacred crystal user. Kyo stops. That one phrase shifts everything. His eyes narrow. Sacred crystals, huh? Go on. I'm listening. Town square. Later. Fu is in absolute heaven. Her cheeks are stuffed with skewers, breads, and sugar-glazed mystery food. This place has the best food ever, she shouts with zero shame halfway through her fourth plate. Beside her, Amioda walks with Kyo, her face calm, unreadable. Tatsumi, are you really leaving so soon? She asks, her voice soft, honest. I haven't even thanked you properly. Kyo keeps his eyes ahead. Don't worry about it. I got what I came for. I'm in a hurry. She hesitates just a second, then offers him a basket wrapped in cloth. I understand. Then take this. 2,700 somas worth of flashbang crystals and transparent crystal. And inside this pouch, 3,000 gold coins. My gratitude. Kyo's jaw drops. Wait, this is 2,700? His eye twitches. That old man said 7,200, and he yelled at me. Amioda doesn't even blink. Merchants always aim to make a profit. She looks him in the eye, voice steady. If you ever need help, just ask me. I'll be there for you. Then, like she's about to open an anti-scam foundation. I won't let you lose even a single somi. Rin calls out from nearby. Cost price, travel expenses, labor costs, she knows them all. From now on, leave this town's business to her. Kyo nods slightly. Yeah, if I buy things through her, I could save a lot. But Amioda's not done. She steps forward, voice soft. Tatsumi, please make sure you come back safe. Kyo pauses, his gaze flickers. I don't know about safe, but I promise I will. Let's go, he calls to Fu, grabbing her by the waist like a sack of flour. Wait, I haven't even finished bathing yet. She screams, mouth full, still reaching for a kebab. Kyo walks off. Cool, composed, already on to the next destination. Rin watches him leave. Why didn't you stop him? We've got more than enough money to keep him here. Amioda smiles, faint but fierce. He's not someone who stays in one place. He's someone who travels the world. Her hands grip the basket tight, eyes shining with quiet fire. I've made up my mind. I'll expand our business across the entire continent. She breathes in, then lets it out, smiling gently. And one day, I want to support him. Night fell gently on the village like a warm blanket. The stars blinking lazily in the quiet sky. Inside a cozy inn-room lit by soft candlelight, Kyo stood with his hand in his pocket. The next town is still quite a distance away, so we'll rest here for the night, he said, cool and matter-of-fact. Fu plopped onto the bed with the energy of someone who'd spent all day stuffing her face with food. Then Kyo, with a completely straight face and zero mercy, asked, Hey, don't you need to take a bath? Fu, fully cocooned in her blanket like a bratty burrito, gave Kyo a lazy wave. No need. I'm going to sleep, she mumbled, clearly not giving a damn about hygiene or social norms. Kyo just stared for a second, then frowned. Something was off. That aside, doesn't the room feel strangely cold? Or is it just my imagination? He muttered, instinct already kicking in. He turned toward the closet, and lo and behold, Master, we meet again. Red horns. Deep cleavage. That same smug demoness from before, now oozing hotel staff energy. I have come to offer you complimentary room service. She struts out like it's a candlelit date. Without missing a beat, Kyo shoves her right back into the closet and slams the door shut in her face. Kyo didn't even blink. With one swift, annoyed motion, he grabbed her by the face and punted her clean out through the door. No hesitation, no remorse. Outside the inn, the demoness dusted herself off and muttered with a pout. No need to be so cold. I even went out of my way to prepare a special service just for you in advance. Behind her, a sketchy figure with goggles watched silently, a mysterious bottle clutched in his hand. Outside the room, the shady dude in goggles decided to shoot his shot. Hey, miss, can I also request some room service too? He asked, clasping his hands like he was ordering dessert. She turned to him. Next thing he knows, she's inches from his face, fangs bared, aura flaring like a boss battle intro. Yes, of course, he shrieked in terror, bolted down the hallway, yelling, Cha! A ghost! Like he'd just seen the Reaper himself. The sudden commotion draws attention from nearby guests who nervously peer down the hallway, muttering, What's going on? Did you see a ghost? Then Kyo stormed out, grabbed her by the wrist like a fed-up babysitter, and barked, Get in already. Dragged back into the room, she smirked. How rough, though I don't dislike this sort of treatment. Kyo ignored the bait completely. Hey, why are you following me around? Meanwhile, Fu remained completely passed out, snoring with Z's above her head, completely unaware of the chaos erupting 3 meters away. Vivian, turning serious, explains earnestly, to explain that, I must first tell you my story. She dramatically places a hand over her heart. My name is Vivian. I was once a young girl, but one day I was nearly attacked by thugs. To protect my master, I had no choice but to take my own life. Kyo immediately cuts her off, annoyed. Keep it short. She straightens up, switching gears smoothly. Understood. Well, in short, I want to reconstruct my body. I've grown tired of existing as a wandering soul. That's why I seek your help, master. He narrows his eyes suspiciously. And what exactly do you want me to do? Vivian leans forward sincerely. Master, if you agree to help me, from now on I, Vivian, will belong to you. Kyo calmly responds. To reconstruct a body, I'll need at least the power of a level 5 astrologer. I do have some astrology skills, so it might be possible without reaching level 5, but I'd still need to be at least level 4. He glances down at the sleeping Fu and sighs deeply. But as you can see, I'm still just a level 1 newbie. Vivian smiles softly, her confidence unshaken. Is that really true? Then does that mean you defeated me while only being level 1? If it's you, I believe you can definitely reach level 4. Her eyes shine earnestly. Master, I entrust my soul to you. Kyou sharply meets her gaze, intensity radiating from him. You realize that means your life or death is entirely in my hands, right? But Vivian doesn't back down. Without that level of resolve, you wouldn't help me, would you? With unwavering determination, Vivian instantly conjures her soul, compressing it into a glowing purple orb, and presents it willingly to him. Kyou accepts it calmly, sealing it with his power. All right, if I reach level 4, I'll help reconstruct your body, but you'll have to do one thing for me in return. Vivian eagerly begins undoing her clothes with a sultry look. Kyou, bewildered, snaps, Wait, why are you taking off your clothes? Vivian smiles seductively. When I was human, I never experienced such things, and of course not after becoming a spirit either, so I thought I could offer you a unique and special experience. He immediately covers his face, embarrassed and annoyed. No, I need you to go check on my house. It's been a while since I left, and the Izumi family might be making some moves. Then he casually adds, also, calling you Vivian is a bit long, so from now on I'll call you Vivi. She blushes slightly, clearly touched. Vivi? Kyou nods gently, regaining his composure. You can start tonight. The Tatsumi family is in a small town up north. Just don't scare my family, all right? Misunderstanding once again, Vivian leans closer, passionately declaring, No, master. Sharing a bed with you is a crucial duty of mine. Kyou immediately flinches, waving his hands frantically. No, that's not what I meant at all. Their comedic misunderstanding shatters instantly as Vivian accidentally lands heavily on the sleeping Fu. Instantly jolted awake, Fu bursts into a fiery rage, her eyes blazing with fury as she growls dangerously, Who dares disturb my sleep? I won't forgive you. Vivian cringes back in fright, hurriedly apologizing. I'm so sorry. The following day, under clear skies, Kyou arrives at a new town, glaring bitterly at the utterly incomprehensible map drawn by Zoro. Finally, we're here. But seriously, how am I supposed to read this map Zoro drew? Meanwhile, a pair of strangers stand nearby, a blonde man confidently introducing himself. Hello, young lady, my name is Weiner. I am 32 years old. My family owns an estate in the Northeast, and I am currently single. I don't smoke, and I only drink occasionally. Kyou glances at them curiously, thinking briefly, maybe I should ask him? But before he can finish his thought, Fu excitedly interrupts, pointing at nearby food. Hey, Kyou, I want that! Buy me that! Kyou gives her an irritated side glance. Finding the holy crystal comes first, Fu pouts stubbornly. No, I want to eat first. I'm still growing, so I need nutrition. Meanwhile, the woman blushes shyly, glancing up at Weiner. I love singing and watching plays. What about you, Weiner? He smiles gently, leaning closer. Me? Weiner's charming smile turns razor sharp. He looks down at the woman's hand in his and whispers to himself, What I love most is, of course, this hand I'm holding right now. But that wasn't just a flirty line. Just thinking about making it mine completely drives me crazy. Meanwhile, not even 10 steps away, Kyou decides to leave them be. If I'm going to flirt with a woman, I don't want some brat interrupting me. I'll ask someone else. But as Kyou walks past, the air around him warps, making Weiner stiffen, his pupils dilate, and his confident facade cracks. What was that? That overwhelming presence just now. Tina, still holding his arm, tilts her head, confused. Is something wrong, Lord Weiner? But he barely hears her. What the hell is this feeling, he thinks, heart pounding. Some heavy, eerie pressure. His hand twitches as he lets go of hers, only then realizing just how suffocating the aura had been. And suddenly, like a man possessed, he spins around sharply and rushes off, eyes locked on a target. I'm terribly sorry, I suddenly remembered something urgent. Please excuse me. Before Tina can even react, he's already moving. Quick, focused, and heading straight after Kyou. Under the shade of a towering tree, Kyou pauses, leaning back casually, deep in thought. Next to him, Fu twirls happily, still licking her fingers from their earlier food stop. That dumpling earlier was so good, she hums. Kyou side-eyes her, deadpan. Seriously, why did you even come with me? Are you treating this like some gourmet food tour? Before she can toss back another excuse, a voice calls out from behind. Excuse me, may I have a moment? Weiner steps forward, posture stiff but deliberate. His expression isn't hostile, yet his eyes carry a glint of something brewing beneath. You were staring at me earlier, weren't you? He asks, voice low and steady. Well, he mutters. Wait, that's the guy who was flirting with that woman earlier? Don't tell me he thinks I ruined it for him? He just shrugs coolly and says, Actually, I was just going to ask for directions, but it's fine now. I figured it out. He starts to turn away, hoping that'll end the conversation, but Weiner doesn't budge. You just wanted directions? He repeats, voice laced with suspicion. You really think I'd believe a weak excuse like that? Without warning, Weiner's eyes narrow into a deadly glint, and in the blink of an eye, he strikes. A streak of red cuts the air like a whip, aimed straight for Kyou's throat. But Kyou, unfazed. His blade's already out. With chilling calm, he meets the attack head-on, parrying it with a flick of his wrist. It rips past him, cleaving straight through the trees behind. Weiner skids back, one hand crackling with energy. You think some random passerby could pull off something like that? He barks. Kyo's blade lowers slightly, red glow pulsing at the edge. His expression? Annoyed. That's weird, he mutters. All I did was pay, though. And that's when Weiner fully snaps. You're a shadow hunter, aren't you? You've come to capture me, haven't you? His voice rises to near hysteria, face lighting up with manic clarity. No wonder the crystal predicted it. It said some kind of disaster would strike today. Off to the side, partially hidden by the trees, Tina watches in horror. Her voice trembles as she calls out, Finally, I found him. But what's going on with Lord Weiner? Tina watches from the edge of the chaos, hands clasped to her chest, heart skipping a beat. Like I'd ever let someone with such perfect traits get away, she thinks, remembering what he said to her before running off. Kyo raises an eyebrow, deadpan. I only wanted to ask for directions. That's it. Weiner slams a foot forward, voice suddenly rising with unhinged energy. What's wrong with loving women's hands, huh? Kyo freezes. What are you even talking about? Too late. Weiner's already holding up a severed woman's hand like a prized trophy. I love women's hands, and I'm so obsessed with them I go around tasting other people's just in case they belong to one. What's so wrong with that? Tina's jaw drops. Her eyes widen in horror. Okay, he's a total perv. And just like that, the sparkly illusion shatters. Weiner's grin stretches manically. Now that you know my secret, I can't let you leave alive. Kyo throws his hands up. Whoa. I didn't even ask. You're the one who brought it up out of nowhere. With a cry, Weiner lunges, fists glowing red. Golden shell. A brilliant yellow light erupts as Kyo activates his shield just in time. Fist meets divine barrier, and the result is explosive. The impact sends a shockwave through the ground. Weiner's arm snaps back, twisted unnaturally, cracks spider across his gauntlet, and then... The backlash from the barrier overloads his magic, and the fool explodes into a cloud of smoke and flailing limbs. Kyo stared at the mess with a grimace. Ugh, some chunks of flesh got left behind, he muttered casually. Fu, ever the little psycho, chimed in. Wah, maybe I'll make it Fu's breakfast. Kyo didn't even react, just sighed and kept walking. If someone saw this, they'd freak out. Better hurry up and bury it. With that, he grabbed a nearby shovel and started scooping up the evidence like a janitor mopping up after a murder. Tina followed silently, still processing the insanity, but before she could say anything, Kyo glanced back at her with a deadpan face. You saw what just happened, right? He was the one who attacked first, so if anything comes up, make sure you testify to that, okay? Tina just stands there, arms folded and pouting hard. Do you think I'm just fated to never get married? Her voice trembles slightly as she stares off, hollow. Every guy I like ends up being some kind of disaster. She grips her arm, holding back tears. Even that guy I met last week, turns out his daughter was sick and he tried to target me to get her a new heart. Thankfully, some woman saw through it and saved me. Then, like the final thread in her restraint finally snaps, she steps toward Kyo and wraps her arms around him, tightly. Why does this always happen to me? She clutches him like she'll fall apart if she lets go. And Kyo just stands there, letting her cry it out in silence. Once the mood settles, they start walking, side by side, like nothing ever happened. Though now, she stays a little closer than before. Maybe this is cause I got Vivi's soul and spirit. Golden Fin shell and the Fang of Oblivion probably got powered up by that too. Heh! So all the stuff Fu gave you is awesome, right? Can't wait to see what kind of loot you dig up next. Trash bro. Kyo sighs, brushing off the annoying voice in his head as they approach the estate. We're here. This is Menar's estate. The place is massive, regal, and crawling with guards who feel anything but normal. Even the guards are putting off serious pressure. These Menar's guards, clearly no ordinary guards, Kyo thinks. He walks up the steps casually, but then freezes, eyes locking onto someone standing at the top. Well, if it isn't my dear disciple. Never thought I'd run into you again in a place like this, he says, cracking his knuckles at the thought of how she set him up. As they get closer, Fu's eyes go wide. She gasps, Ah! It's that braided hair witch who tricked Fu. Hearing the commotion, the guards squint, stepping forward. One especially crusty knight with a mustache glares at her like she ran over his cat. Same age, and hair color matches too. Oh boy, here it comes. This dude doesn't even confirm, doesn't ask questions, just jumps straight to, Get her! And suddenly the courtyard turns into WWE Divine Edition. Swords fly, bodies leap, and Kyo? My guy's just trying to process the side quest he never signed up for. What the hell? Welcome to your daily dose of why does everyone hate you for no reason. Then someone in the guard squad goes full judgment mode. Menar! You won't get away this time. Prepare to face judgment. Kyo, still dodging aerial blade spam, looks at them with confusion. Huh, Kyo shouts, baffled. I literally just said I'm looking for that Menar's guy too. Fu rolls her eyes, delivering the roast Kyo didn't ask for, but desperately needed. Trash bro just has that villain look, so people keep getting the wrong idea. Mustache doesn't ease up, dropping a bombshell accusation. Don't play dumb. You're involved in multiple missing child cases, aren't you? We've got all the evidence. Stop resisting. It's useless. But Mustache makes the mistake of patronizing Fu. There, little lady. You're safe now, he says, smiling smugly. Totally unaware he just pressed the self-destruct button. Take this, Fu snaps, unleashing a golden nuke labeled Uriah's Divine Punishment, sending Mustache sprawling backwards. Who are you calling little lady? Fu's a full-grown adult. She stands proud as she declared, what kind of kid has a dynamite body like this, huh? Nearby, Pretty Boy Shield charges dramatically, only to collapse mid-run, gushing blood from his nose in full anime pervert glory. The culprit? Fu's body. The dark-humored warrior chick promises Kyou an early funeral. Be good and hold still, I'll make it quick with just one blow. She gleefully admits, I love the sound of a criminal's guts getting all squishy and crushed. Charming, really. But before she can get her serial killer moment, Kyou casually blitzes past her guard, his palm slamming into the back of her neck with a dismissive thump. Too bad for you, he calmly states as she's sent flying. You talk big, but just because you're loud doesn't mean you're going to win the fight. After the dust settles, a familiar girl with glasses rushes over, hoping to smooth things out. So we're good now, right, Teach? She says cheerfully. But Kyou's unimpressed. First, return the money you took, then we'll talk, he deadpans. Captain Mustache finally gets a clue. Ah, I see. Looks like we jumped to conclusions. Dude changes gears faster than a politician. I'm Leto, leader of this shadow hunter unit. Let me give you a quick rundown on Menars. Turns out Menars used to be a priest, now accused of kidnapping kids. One of the victims, well, strongly resembled the young woman here, he says cautiously, glancing at Fu, only to dodge another nuclear glare. Say something rude like that again, and you're getting another blast like before. Awkward cough from Leto. The Duke himself commissioned me to lead this squad and investigate. He gestures to the crew, explaining each member's unique, if questionable, traits. The warrior chick flexes, grinning wickedly. If the criminal's guilt is airtight, then even if I accidentally beat them to death, I won't be charged for it. Pretty Boy Shield recovers enough dignity to explain, dramatically sparkling, I joined to protect lovely ladies. Meanwhile, I admire them from afar. Warrior chick scoffs at him. Oh yeah, during the last investigation, the victims were adult women. You sure didn't seem all that motivated back then? Pretty Boy Shield loses all chill, shouting back, any girl over 14 isn't a lady. That's just common sense. You talk a big game, but you're just a gross lolicon freak in the end, she retorts sharply. I'd take that over being a sadistic perv like you, any day. Kyou watches the circus unfold, utterly unimpressed. Sounds like each of them's got their own special skill, he muses sarcastically. Actually, it's probably safe to say everyone in the Shadow Hunters has some kind of special technique. He shrugs nonchalantly. Not like I care either way. Then he finally spills the tea. So I came here because that guy Bra told me there were sacred crystals in this place. Leto seizes the chance to flip the narrative. If Menard shows up, would you be willing to help us out? We misunderstood you earlier, but your moves back there were seriously impressive. The silver-haired simp is still reeling from the divine beatdown. Yeah, he even beat me, but his creepy confession doesn't go unnoticed. Warrior chick turns on him like a rabid dog. You passed out from getting overly excited just from looking at her body, you perv, she screams, pointing at him like he's the final boss of degeneracy. Honestly, she's not wrong. Kyou sighs, visibly done with everyone's nonsense. Fine, I'll help. Captain Mustache lights up like someone just agreed to a date with his daughter. Excellent. Then let's head out together and investigate. The group sets off, marching toward the looming cathedral like they're heading into a boss dungeon. But while the others are focused on the mission, Kyou's got unfinished business. The kind that makes your pride itch. Oh right, we were in the middle of a conversation, weren't we? She glances up, probably hoping he'd forgotten. Nah, this man holds grudges like they're rare loot. I just really wanted you to come here too. That's the only reason I pulled that stunt, Sensei. She leans in close, whispering like a villainess with a cute face and a hidden dagger. Besides, blow the chunk is fine, so it all worked out, right? Right? Kyou blinks. His brain finally does the math and blue screens. Wait a sec, you knew? The gears turn, the betrayal settles, and you can almost hear his inner monologue going, this woman really just played me like a loot box. Rita turns and flashes a devilish little smirk. Of course I knew, I read the signs. Even throws in a seductive glance like she's reading more than just fortunes. My awe might have fizzled after losing to you, but my skills aren't just for fortune-telling, you know? Kyou just stares at her with the flattest, girl what, face known to man. Whatever, just remember you owe me once we get to the sacred crystal. Humph, Rita hums, clearly planning to cash in that favor later. Cut to the entrance of a dark cavern. The squad steps in, torches lit, swords ready. What the heck happened here? Leto stops mid-step, brows tightening. Then they all hear it. Faint voices echoing from deeper inside. Then suddenly, hey, look at that! Leon screamed, and boom, just beyond the jagged walls of glowing red crystals, a person is stuck inside, limbs spread and groaning. Maria freezes, her eyes widen as the realization sinks in. Is that one of the girls Minar's captured? Leon goes full white knight mode. Chest puffed, finger pointed, voice booming like he's starring in his own heroic spin-off. How tragic. Don't worry, young lady. There's no need for tears anymore. He walks up to her without any caution, talking about some. Come with me. The girl looks cute and in pain at first, but when Leon gets close enough, she transforms into a wild beast with white eyes and sharp teeth. That thing leaps straight at Leon like a banshee on crack, arms extended like she's going in for a hug. Leon gets tackled flat on his back and she starts clawing at his chest like he owed her money. Maria's face twists. That idiot! What the hell is he doing? She winds up a punch, drops from the air, but some twisted crystal tentacle intercepts her strike midair like she just punched a steel pillar, and then, boom. Crimson spikes shoot out from the ground like heat-seeking missiles and catch her mid-fall. Leto rushes in and manages to spear her clean through the chest from behind. That's a Crimson Core manifestation, guaranteed. The creature howls, but it doesn't stop her. It just pisses her off even more. Lion, kill it now! If you don't, we're all gonna die here. But Lion's frozen, caught in a morality spiral. To kill such a small child. The girl lunges again with a shriek, demonic smile wide and crazed. That's when Kyou moves, one smooth slash, a flash of light, and the girl's body drops. Silence. It was okay to kill her, right? Kyou says, casually standing over the body like he just finished sweeping the floor. Magnificent, Lord Kyou. If you hadn't stepped in, who knows what would have happened? Leto's eyes narrow. Still, to use dark arts like that? What the hell was the point? The crew cautiously steps into a dusty, suspiciously well-organized room, like stumbling into your weird uncle's hidden basement, hoping you won't find anything sketchy. Spoiler alert, you will. Leto glances around with narrowed eyes. I believe this place is some kind of archive room, he announces, clearly aiming for Detective of the Year. And it's possible, just possible, that Minars is connected to Moray, the apostle of the dark ability cult that was active decades ago. Kyou raises an eyebrow, skepticism dialed to 11. The apostle of the dark ability cult? Rita steps up, arms crossed like she's about to school these fools on some real ancient tea. They used wicked techniques to transform sacred crystals into blood crystals by sacrificing human lives, and even used that twisted power themselves. She pauses, savoring the drama. It's said because of him, hundreds of thousands of people died on the continent of Era. 30 years ago, Moray faced off alone against the Empire's army, killed their commander, and then, poof, vanished without a trace. Leto flips through papers frantically, triumphantly, holding one aloft. I knew it. This document says the dark art was refined, and a particular kind of individual greatly boosted the ritual's efficiency. Kyou's expression darkens. He knows where this anime plot twist is headed. If my guess is right, that individual is most likely a child, right? Before anyone can spiral further into doom theories, Maria interrupts. Hey, there's a closet over here, and it's been really well maintained. Kyou instantly senses the horror movie flags popping off and shrugs nonchalantly. No idea what's inside, but let's open it anyway. Leto panics. This is Moray. No doubt about it. Leto blurts out, horror stamped on his face. The doors swing open dramatically, revealing jars upon jars of preserved hands. A true serial killer pantry vibe. Kyou grimaces, looking grossed out but unsurprised, as Leto explains. He had this twisted obsession with hands. Didn't matter if they were men or women. Every time he killed someone, the victim was found with one of their hands missing. Leto's ready to dip. Lord Kyou, this is beyond us. We should fall back. But Kyou isn't so sure. He flashes a mischievous smirk. Quick question. Has anyone here actually seen Moray or Minars' face before? Leto looks confused. Huh? What are you getting at? Kyou casually points outside, all chill like he's discussing the weather. I mean, maybe he's the one buried over there? They rush outside, finding a dirt-covered corpse partially buried. Everyone's shook. This one? Kyou casually confirms, smugness dialed to maximum. Leto stares in disbelief, but this confirmed it. Good thing his face is mostly intact. His mug was plastered all over wanted posters across the kingdom 20 years ago. So yeah, no doubt about it, that's Moray. Leto's eyes practically pop out of his skull. Still, how did you know that Moray's corpse would be right here? Kyou casually shrugs, innocence cranked up suspiciously high. No idea. He suddenly snapped, came at me out of nowhere, tried to punch me, but the moment he touched me, boom. He just exploded. Leto gapes. Huh? He exploded? Kyou flashes a pure troll grin. Yup. They finally get a moment to breathe, seated at a table in a sunny little restaurant. All the sacred crystals are for me? Kyou's eyes are locked on the glowing loot. No catch or anything. Right? He adds, because, yeah, even he knows nothing in this world is free. They shine like cheat codes in physical form. And Kyou doesn't even flinch. They gave me the real deal, he mutters. Here, sensei. Take them. Just a little something from your faithful disciple, Rita adds. Leto gets all sentimental and dramatic. Lord Kyou, you didn't just save us. You saved families across the nation. Then he throws in the ultimate NPC praise. Your accomplishments can't be repaid with sacred crystals. Kyo deadpan just stares. Yeah, plus they were mine to begin with. By the way, is this really enough? Feels like I'm missing some crystals. Boom. She bolts, not walks, not excuses herself, yeets out the damn window like the building was on fire. No hesitation, just, oh no, I promised to help with a donkey birth out east. Gotta go. And pieces out like Bugs Bunny mid-prank. Kyo just watches her sprint like Sonic and mutters, man, that girl is fast when she wants to run. Meanwhile, the rest wrap up. We'll head back and file a report, says the mustache general. Once we confirm that corpse really was Minar's, expect notice about your reward. Translation, paperwork and politics incoming. If you ever need help again, just say the word. Leon, being Leon, leans into his tragedy monologue. Ah, so many lovely ladies lost to that fiend. Maria doesn't even argue. She just drags him off like he's an embarrassing toddler at the grocery store. Come on, let's go already. And in the middle of all this chaos, Fu sits with a mountain of food stacked like Jenga. Hey, Fu's gonna eat all of this by herself. Girl's got a bottomless pit for a stomach and zero regrets. A few minutes later, someone arrives at the restaurant. Heels clack, aura cold as a guillotine. Marshal Feyon herself strides in like she owns gravity. That royal veil, that crown, that glare. Yeah, she didn't come here to flirt. Tatsumi Kyou, right? I'm Feyon. I'm in charge of this area. She drops the next line like a divine decree while Kyo's just sitting there mid-meal. You're currently a suspect in a murder case. Murder? Roughly 2 hours ago, a woman named Tina was found brutally murdered in the forest east of here. Her heart had been removed. And she says that last part like she's reading off a grocery list. Stone cold. And just to twist the knife, according to one witness, the last person seen with her was you, Tatsumi Kyou. Kyou remembers. That poor girl from last week, even after escaping, she still couldn't outrun that monster. And now this? Her heart ripped out? Yeah, he knows the man she told him about while venting was behind this. Feon's not done. We'll need you to come in for questioning. Kyou doesn't flinch. Calm, cocky, and one eyebrow raised. At that time, I was with the Shadow Hunters. You can go ask them. Smooth Alba drop, just like that. One of her subordinates snaps, silence! When we say come with us, you come. But she stops him. She ain't just some angry royal cosplayer. She clarifies fast. The Shadow Hunters are just a private guild. We're imperial marshals. We serve the Central Council directly. So don't lump us in with them, all right? She said that with her chest and a whole lot of don't test me energy. As Kyou makes it clear he's done with Feon's games, confidently reminding her that he had nothing to do with Tina's murder, the marshal's cold stare doesn't budge. But just as Kyou's about to brush her off and walk away, something crazy happens. My body's floating? Suddenly, without lifting a finger, Marshal Feon launches Kyou into the air like he weighs nothing, effortlessly flipping him and brutally slamming him down to the ground with a thunderous crash. Once I set my sights on a criminal, there's absolutely no escape. Pinned to the floor and still reeling from confusion, Kyou can barely process the absurdity unfolding. What the hell? How is she even doing this? Feon's aura radiates ruthless authority as she stands over him, delivering a verdict dripping with disdain. For murder, for disrupting the peace, and violating social order, you are hereby under arrest. Later, in a gloomy interrogation room, Feon corners Kyou again, ropes tightly bound around him. She leans in, her voice silky and dangerously playful. Still not talking. If you don't come clean, you'll never leave this place. Kyou, utterly unimpressed, just sighs. How many times do I have to tell you? I've got nothing to do with that case. Just go ask the Shadow Hunters already. But Feon steps closer, cupping his chin with a twisted smirk. Oh, do you really want to stay here with me that badly? You naughty boy. Before Kyou can react, his body starts feeling ridiculously heavy, like gravity itself just doubled. What the? My legs suddenly feel heavy. He quickly connects the dots. Telekinesis. This woman can manipulate weight. That explains how she lifted me so effortlessly before. Marshal Feon's sinister smile deepens as she watches Kyou struggle helplessly. Don't worry, I'll make you submit completely. If you don't, your knees won't be able to handle the pressure much longer. But suddenly, a subordinate bursts through the door, calling out urgently. Marshal Feon! After talking with the subordinate, it became obvious that Kyou was not the culprit, making Feon grit her teeth angrily. What was that? You want me to release him? She bitterly told Kyou. You're free to go, Tatsumi Kyou. As she undid the ropes around him. Reluctantly forced to release Kyou, Feon's irritation is palpable. Next time we meet, I'll make sure to train you properly. Kyou steps up to her, cool and composed, mocking her with the exact same intimidation she used on him. Oh yeah? I'll be looking forward to it. Suddenly, she feels a huge pressure that makes her scream. As she tries to move, something shocking happens. Her body freezes, paralyzed by her own powers. What the? My body won't move. Feon's eyes widen in disbelief as realization hits her. Don't tell me, he figured out my trick and used it himself? To think I'd be put through something like this, what a total humiliation. But as she collapses to her knees, face flushed and heart racing, another far more embarrassing realization strikes her. But why am I kinda turned on right now? Yeah, let's just ignore that last line. A few moments later, Feon stomps down the hallway with thunder in her heels. She's still fuming, her psychic nerves on fire like someone poured espresso into her soul. So why is he suddenly being released? The mustached officer walks beside her, dead calm. Because someone heard about Tatsumi Kyo's arrest and paid a massive bail. Oh, but wait, he ain't done dropping bombs. And as you know, half of our expenses are covered by them. Feon's eye twitches. Her pride, cracking. Her thighs, still tingling. Her ego, screaming in a corner. Even so, of all people, the mustache man tries to cool her off. Calm down, Feon. That's not the only reason. The results from the True Form establishment device came in. Cut to the snitch, strapped down like a budget anime villain in a torture dungeon. The results showed the witness was lying. Feon stops. Her rage reconfigures. The storm cloud shifts direction. So, that testimony about Kyo being the last one seen with the victim was false? That's right. The officer, noticing her unusually sweaty and twitchy, asks, "Is it really that hot?" She mutters to herself, "Maybe." She's not just mad. She's physically mad, like her body's still echoing with Kyo's psychic aftershocks. I had a really hard time dispelling the psychic power he cast on me. I can't believe I had to endure such a humiliating experience. Her eyes go dark. But the real cause of all this was this bastard giving false testimony, right? She turns toward the prisoner, smile widening like a blade being unsheathed. Well then, cue her lifting a long, wicked leather whip. Shall we begin our enjoyable interrogation time? Bro's tied up, half naked, and already regretting every life choice since kindergarten. Kyo walks out like nothing happened, calm, composed, like jail was just a coffee break. "Ah, Kyo-san, you're finally out." Amito runs up, her voice light but eyes sharp. "Amito, you negotiated with the sheriff for me, huh?" Kyo asks. She's rocking that sporty crop top like she just stepped out of a different genre. "But how did you even know I was here?" "Actually, I had something I needed to tell you, so I was looking for you." Her expression shifts, and the mood with it. According to a merchant who just returned from a small northern town, a battle has started there. Kyo's eyes narrow. The way his gaze sharpens, it's like his mind is already there. Fists clenched, body ready. A battle? Just like that, the chill vibe drops. It seems the Hibashi family launched an attack on the Tatsumi family, and the town has been overrun. She says it like it's just facts, but the tension in her voice? Yeah, it's personal. So I thought I had to inform you immediately, Kyo-san. I asked around in many places about your whereabouts, and finally we made it here. This wasn't a lucky break. She hunted him down like a tracker with something to prove. The Izumi family was probably preparing for this for quite some time. Kyo clenches his jaw. The dots are connecting fast in that big brain of his. "Amito, thanks for letting me know. If that's the case, I'll hurry back to the town." And just as he's about to ride solo into hell, "Don't worry, I'm coming with you." Enter Fu, hair flowing like liquid gold. The Queen of Sorrow may be in her juvenile stage, but handling those guys will be no problem at all. Amito steps up with the delivery assist. "This horse is the fastest in the Merchant Guild. Please use it." This thing looks like it was bred in a volcano and trained in hyperspeed. "Impressive. Looks like you've got everything prepared." He locks eyes with Amito. There's warmth there now. Gratitude. Respect. "You really saved me, Amito. Thanks. Could you tell Bro that his adopted son has passed away peacefully?" "Yes." And like that, he's gone. One kick from the beast and Kyo is tearing across the horizon. Behind him, Amito watches. "I'm so happy I could be of help to you, Kyo-san." Fu suddenly bursts beside her like a glitter bomb made of mischief. "I have no idea what's so great about that trash guy." Fu's expression freezes like a glitch in the Matrix. Wait a second. She turns her head, her pupils shrink. Oh, the realization hits her like a critical debuff. "I'm not on the horse yet." And just like that, the goddess of chaos launches herself midair like she's chasing a stolen Uber. As the Izumi family makes their grand entrance, jumping around like ninjas who just binged a season of Naruto, their leader, looking as shady as a tax collector, smirks confidently. "So the time has finally come. Dividing our forces into 3 directions and advancing cautiously bit by bit was worth it." The old man recalls how he set up Kyo to be arrested. According to the latest information, Tatsumi Kyou is currently in a town called Katente, he told his subordinate. The old geezer smirks darkly, eyes glinting ominously as he orders, "Find a way to delay him for as long as possible." With pathetic enthusiasm, the minion assures, "Yes, leave it to me." But this villainous grandpa ain't done plotting, he continues, voice dripping with disdain. "And also that tough-looking fat old hag, I sent extra subordinates and had them move to the mountainside so she's been sealed off." Meanwhile, in the heart of chaos, Tatsumi's squad is backed into a corner, weapons drawn, nerves frayed like a charging cable that's seen better days. Lady Rina, anxious yet fierce, turns to Toki and asks desperately, "What should I do, Toki?" Cooler than ice cream in a freezer, Toki reassures her with absolute confidence. "Lady Rina, the martial arts you received from the young master along with your divine charm arts hold incredible power. Now is the time to try it." Across the battlefield, the enemy soldiers mock Rina arrogantly, laughing like they're in a cheesy comedy flick. "Ha ha ha, did you hear that? Charm arts, huh? If you can charm me, I'll even take you as my mistress. Rena, however, looks at them the way someone looks at gum stuck to their shoe, utterly unimpressed. Back with old man villain, he's savoring his premature victory lap, barking orders with a sweeping arrogance. We've cornered all the remaining Tatsumi family fighters who could still be a threat. Surround them. Don't let a single one escape. Once the reinforcements arrive, we'll finish this in one swift strike. But little does he know they're all completely screwed. Because entering stage right is Vivi, Kyou's personal demoness and ultimate menace. Surrounded by a pile of fallen warriors, Vivi casually flexes, unimpressed. They were nothing special. Even with all these numbers, they still can't measure up to Master in the slightest. She debates lazily, yawning at the pathetic sight. That said, it's still daytime. Stretching this out until nightfall might not be a bad idea. That way, I can take them all out in a single strike. That would also help conserve my energy. Yes, let's go with that. Suddenly, Vivi's smug vibe gets cut short. Her eyes widen, glowing ominously as she senses a terrifying presence. She flinches, voice tinged with sudden dread. Something's wrong. Panic floods her senses as realization hits like a truck. There's a girl with incredible power nearby. What overwhelming strength. She's so powerful that these guys don't even compare. Could she be Master's greatest enemy? Now, the confident demoness is sweating bullets, caught between excitement and anxiety, knowing that her chill afternoon massacre is about to get complicated as she turns to face this enemy herself. Vivi, our favorite demonic disaster, is already mid-air, locked in on her next target like a heat-seeking missile. There it is. No mistake about it. Eyes glowing, wings slicing the sky, she spots the enemy. I'll take it down in one strike. Hellfire whips around her like a blood-red tornado. With a war cry that could shatter glass, she shoots. The whole forest glows like it got flashbanged by a volcano. The Tatsumi commanders hit full-blown panic mode. What the hell is that? One of them scowls, eyes wide. Damn it. The Izumi clan actually prepared a fighter this powerful? And then, from the front lines of the Izumi family, looks like reinforcement has arrived. The leader of the Izumi forces says it like he just door-dashed a dragon. Vivi, still hovering like a queen above a burning anthill, surveys the damage. Oh, you're still alive? From the smoke, something shifts, a divine presence. Glowing, snarling, alive. Damn you, that really hurt. It's Piazza, the divine beast Kyou met earlier, but neither side knows who the hell the other is. And right now, it's pure beef. A sneak attack? You vile wraiths are always using such dirty tricks. Vivi squints. Oh, it's just a big cat. The fastest way to start divine warfare. I am a tiger! Bro sounded personally offended, down to his bloodline. Vivi just smirks. I've heard cats have 9 lives, but I wonder, how many did you lose from that last strike? And Piazza snaps, why don't you guess? Want to test it out? Say less. Red energy coils around Vivi like a dragon made of fire and rage. And from the heavens, Piazza charges back with a blazing divine comet. Fire and frost, demon and beast. Ally versus ally, both clueless, both ready to kill. Just another day in divine Fantasy Chronicle. The Izumi elder snaps his head back, robe fluttering like he just stepped into a damn wind tunnel. There are still more fighters? Wasn't Rei supposed to send only one person? Bro thought this was a limited-time summon event. Above, demon and beast go feral, claws clashing, roars shaking the heavens, both of them locked in a pride-fueled deathmatch. You two? That's enough already. The elder tries to play Pokemon trainer, clearly not realizing he's stepped into a wild boss fight without Ultra Balls. Piazza's eyes narrow, voice low and menacing. Who the hell are you? The elder holds up his book like it's about to cast divine logic. What do you mean? Weren't you sent by Mukare? The situation is urgent. We must annihilate the Tatsumi clan as soon as possible. Stop fighting and come with me. Mukare? Piazza's ear twitches, visibly confused. Vivi's expression deadpans, like she just stepped on a Lego. Annihilate the Tatsumi clan? This crusty man doomed his entire army. Yes, is there a problem? The demon and beast turn toward the elder in synchronized, petty fury. Then I'll start by destroying you first! Piazza doesn't even wait for a cue, and neither does Vivi. Meanwhile, far off, the rumble of hooves cuts through the chaos. Kyou is on his way. Fast, focused. Hey you can fly on your own, so why are you always riding on me? Fu sighs dramatically, because it's exhausting. I haven't eaten anything this whole time, and I'm starving. Ugh, I feel dizzy. Kyou's brows furrow, his expression turning sharp. Oh yeah, speaking of which, you mentioned something about the Queen of Sorrow earlier, didn't you? Fu pauses, confused. What was that again? No idea. I feel like I've heard it somewhere before. Before she can finish her airheaded monologue, chaos interrupts in the form of a speeding disaster. A legendary Kirin crashes straight into their ride, vaporizing their horse into a puff of regret. Kyou flips head over heels, landing flat on his dignity. What the hell just happened? The Kirin barely bats an eye, just irritated that lunch was interrupted. Ugh, what a horrifying sight. I was just about to eat some Eureka fruit, and now I've completely lost my appetite. What are you going to do about it? Kyou picks himself up, veins popping from sheer frustration. But before he can even throw hands, Fu is already yelling, Oi, you bastard! What the hell were you thinking? That was way too fast. The Kirin scoffs arrogantly, flicking his mane with narcissistic grace. Humph, it's your fault for moving so sluggishly. You were so slow, I thought you were a turtle. Then he starts mocking Kyo and Fu. You should blame yourselves for not being as fast as me. This is in no way my fault. Kyo gestures angrily at the remains of his ride. Because of you, my horse just died, and I need to get back to my homeland ASAP. You better find me another one. The Kirin shrugs nonchalantly. Fine, no choice then, but unfortunately I'm in a hurry right now. I need to get the Eureka fruit. Once I'm done, I'll get you a horse even faster than that one. In a flash of light and disrespect, the Kirin blitzes away, except Kyo's patience just hit negative numbers. As the Kirin charges away, thinking about how he's going to enjoy his fruit, he suddenly feels something coming behind at an incredible speed. He turns to see none other than Kyo. He's not letting it slide. With cold efficiency, he snatches onto the Kirin's neck mid-dash, halting the legendary beast like a traffic cop gone rogue. Oi, you seriously need to go back and learn traffic rules. The Kirin's eyes widen in disbelief, the realization sinking in hard. Impossible. He's human, isn't he? How is a mere human able to keep up with my speed? Kyo leans in, his gaze dark enough to scare death itself. Since you can run that fast, you're going to be my horse and take me back home. If you do that, I'll let it slide. The Kirin's pride shatters instantly. A horse? He wants me to be a horse? You've got to be kidding me. Do you have any idea how many monarchs and emperors have bowed their heads hoping to welcome me as their nation's guardian beast? And now, you want me to be a horse? Don't be ridiculous. But Kyo's glare burns into his soul. So you refuse? The legendary Kirin, guardian beast and symbol of grace, immediately caves. Absolutely not. Kyo smiles, sinister yet victorious. All right, the Tatsumi clan is in a small town up north. Let's move out. And just like that, Kyo upgrades from horseback riding to legendary beast riding in the most gangster way possible. Now that's one hell of a flex. Back at Ground Zero, the dust settles and we see the mighty divine beast Piasa, holding up the trembling Izumi elder, who's looking like someone stole his lunch money. What exactly did I do to incur your wrath? The elder folded quicker than wet cardboard. If I've been disrespectful in any way, I sincerely apologize. Please, spare me. Big mistake. Piasa's eye twitched with something sinister. Apologize? Without hesitation, Piasa hurled him. The elder went flying like a missile, crashing through walls and dignity alike. This is bad. Hurry and tend to him. The Izumi lackeys scattered, trying to pick up what was left of their boss's pride. But the chaos wasn't done cooking, because from above, like a meteor with attitude, Vivi descended. With a devilish flip and that signature smirk, she spread her wings and screamed. Trembling roar! A wave of black-red energy exploded from her like a sonic boom of malice. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fortress, what is this commotion? Could it be that the Izumi clan has run out of patience and launched a direct assault? A white-haired Tatsumi commander stood tall, eyes narrowed, blade drawn. Follow me. We'll face them head on. As they approached, they saw the elder spitting out blood like a fountain. There shouldn't be any grudges between us, so why is this happening? The Izumi elder wailed from the ground, bloodied and confused. Wait, is that the elder of the Izumi clan? The Tatsumi uncle blinked in surprise, watching the wreckage unfold with all the emotion of someone sipping tea. Haha. I don't fully grasp the situation, but serves him right. Then, he came face to face with the white beast. Piasa's breath fogged the air as he stepped forward, towering like a snowstorm with claws. What's your goal here? The uncle didn't flinch. Let me make this clear. We have no intention of handing over Kyo to you. If you're going to kill us, just do it. Piasa's lips curled, not in anger, but in understanding. I would very much like to pay my respects to my benefactor's uncle. That bomb hit harder than a divine strike. Benefactor's uncle? What do you mean? The uncle asked, genuinely confused. Piasa lowered his tone and bowed slightly. Actually, Lord Kyou is my mother's benefactor. He smiled like a fluffy ice beast, trying his best to be polite. So, would it be all right if I called you uncle? The man nearly slipped on his own confusion. I see. So that's how it is. Even he couldn't help but mutter, I never imagined a beast like you would be so well-mannered. Piasa dipped his head. It's all thanks to my mother's strict upbringing. She instructed me to gather information for Lord Kyou, so I've been roaming around this area lately. Just then, someone stumbled out of the bush like he'd seen a ghost. So I wasn't just imagining things the other day. Turns out this soldier was fishing with his senior while Piasa watched them, but the senior didn't see Piasa and just scolded him. Shut up and focus on your training. That's why you're still just a half-baked warrior. Then came the devil in heels. Vivi stepped forward, hips swaying, smirk deadly. My name is Vivian. Lord Kyou asked me to come and protect his homeland. Piasa realized they were both wrecking machines, on the same side. What? So you were an ally all along? Why didn't you say so sooner? Vivi quickly shut him down with, well, if someone's sneaking around behind us, it's kinda hard to assume they're a friend. Fair point. Uncle squinted at Vivi. By the way, what do you mean by Lord Kyou? What's your relationship with him? Vivi put a hand on her hip and blushed. Actually, Lord Kyou and I have made a sacred bond, so he instructed me to address him that way. Cue instant internal explosion. This is outrageous, Uncle shouted. Marriage is a serious commitment. He's taking it way too lightly. Then he softened, offering a noble gesture. Still, I'll have a proper talk with Kyou. I'll see to it that you're formally welcomed into the Tatsumi clan as his wife. Vivi lit up like fireworks on Valentine's Day. Oh, Uncle, what a wonderful thing to say. Suddenly, Vivi felt a telekinetic energy press down on her, making her scream in shock. Who's there? Piazza growled, spinning to the side. It's Kyou, riding the poor, terrified Kirin, who looks like he's seen every horror movie at once. Vivi stammers nervously as Kyou coolly rebukes her. You were getting carried away, so I gave you a little punishment. Got a problem with that? Vivi shrinks instantly. Of course not, I wouldn't dare. But when I said we made a sacred bond, it wasn't exactly a lie, was it? Piazza stepped back, stunned. Ah, Lord Kyou. Kyou, unbothered, turns to his uncle. Uncle, are you all right? Uncle updates him grimly. The Izumi clan's elder led a group and attacked the Tatsumi clan. Thanks to these two stepping in, things didn't escalate any further. Kyou's eyes darken ominously, glaring down at the battered Izumi elder, attacking the Tatsumi clan. Do you realize the consequences? But the elder just sneers mockingly. This world follows the law of the jungle. The strong survive, and the weak are eliminated. It's only natural. I may have lost to you, but can you say for sure that your sister is safe? Alarm surges through Kyou. Runa? Kyou immediately sets off with Piazza and Vivi, dragging the elder along as hostage. He warns coldly. If anything happens to my sister, you'll regret being born. The Izumi elder taunts further. I have stationed 3 times as many elite warriors from the Izumi clan on this mountain. You'd better hurry, or perhaps they're already facing something worse than death. Vivi, furious, seethes. You bastard, my lord, allow me to use a forbidden spell to torment this old fool's soul. I'll make sure he suffers even in death. But Kyou, cool-headed as always, holds her back. We'll see how the situation plays out first. Nearby, a terrified scream pierces the silence. No, I can't take it anymore. If I have to go through that again, just end me already. Kyou's heart stops. Runa. He rushes over, panic skyrocketing, expecting the worst, but instead he finds a terrified man on his knees, trembling uncontrollably. Behind him is Toki, red-haired enchantress using her seductive magic. Her victim screams dramatically, hearts literally exploding around him. Wah! My queen, my body and soul belong to you. And she laughs maniacally. Nearby, another man begs desperately, hey, hurry up! If I have to end up like that, I'd rather die with dignity. Please. Runa, white-haired and calm as death itself, simply replies coldly, all right. And with one swift strike, she ends his misery. He starts to crumble and eventually turns into dust. But the man's final relieved thought echoes. Ah, goodness. Kyou's finally back, and Runa leaps into his arms with the relief of a kid who just found their parents after getting lost in the supermarket. Big brother, you finally came back. I was so scared. She sobs, clinging tightly. Kyou gently comforts her. It's okay now. Nearby Piazza, our fluffy divine beast with attitude, silently analyzes the situation. Judging from that last attack, I doubt many could stand against that girl. Meanwhile, the Izumi elder is having the meltdown of a lifetime. No way! Why? Why did it come to this? He cries, practically foaming at the mouth. Weren't you all the elite warriors of the Izumi clan? And yet you're just a bunch of cowards! One of his beaten-down warriors bravely retorts, Elder, we are not afraid of death. We fought with everything we had, but we didn't even stand a chance. Flashbacks reveal a terrified soldier recounting the battle, eyes wide with PTSD. That woman's fists, they're absolutely terrifying. One slight touch and you'd be completely obliterated. But what's even scarier is that woman's presence alone. He shivers, remembering how most of the soldiers turned into her slaves. Just hearing her voice made us completely lose control. Everyone wished for a painless death, and even that wish was denied. Turns out Runa and Miss Toki exchanged books. Now Runa has the fists that can make anyone tremble, while Miss Toki can seduce any man and make them her slaves. Kyou smoothly steps forward, eyes coldly locked on the elder. Elder of the Izumi clan, huh? You said something about suffering worse than death. Looks like you were right. The elder immediately panics, dropping his pride faster than a hot potato. Tatsumi Kyou, we admit defeat for today. Haven't we suffered enough? Please spare our lives. But before he can finish begging, Piazza slices him down without hesitation, scoffing, foolish. And just like that, the last standing member of Izumi family forces was wiped out. My apologies, Lord Kyou. I couldn't bear listening to this fool grovel any longer, Piazza says. Kyou sighs, slightly annoyed. I still had questions for him. You're way too short-tempered. The Kirin awkwardly shifts, hoping to slink away unnoticed. Can I go now? I fulfilled my promise to escort you this far, but Kyou isn't done with him yet. Smirking mischievously, he tempts the Kirin, hey, what do you think about working for me long-term? Food, shelter, vacation, and of course payment. The Kirin, with pride fiercer than his mane, mentally snaps. I'd rather starve or throw myself off a cliff than serve a human like you. See ya, and dashes off. Left alone, Kyou suddenly recalls something crucial. Damn, that's a shame. He mutters like someone just spoiled his lunch. Flight magic doesn't unlock until level 4. The man literally just got rejected and disrespected by a talking horse. Judging from how things have been going, he sighs with that familiar gamer burnout. Who knows when I'll even reach level 4? And just as he's spiraling into his self-aware pity party, something clicks. Wait a sec. He mentioned Makioku-kun earlier. His eyes narrow. The mood shifts. That name sounds familiar. Oh, right. Suddenly we're hit with a visual flashback of a boss-tier menace standing cool and collected in front of a frozen wasteland. He was the boss of the high-level dungeon in the frozen cursed lands, the most notorious troublemaker in Divine Fantasy Chronicle. Kyou squints, deep in thought, eyes glowing with that classic, wait a damn minute face. What was it that he did again? Oh yeah, he killed his own father. Like it's just a random Tuesday event. Casual patricide vibes. He shrugs. Other than that, I don't really remember much. And that's probably because he was chasing the achievements and skipped most of the lore. Vivi pipes in with wide eyes and raised brows. Master, are you saying that Mukio-kun plotted a rebellion and assassinated King Rotan? Kyou doesn't flinch. Just drops a stone-cold line like a true gamer detective. Yeah, though he never admitted it. But then the record scratches. Wait, does this world have something like newspapers? Cue the walking tank in overalls, Miss Toki, dropping a truth bomb with the emotional weight of a brick through a glass window. But young master, King Rotan isn't dead. Silence. Tension. Kyou freezes like someone just blue-screened his brain. What? Kyou turns to Fu and stares at her, confused. Fu, what's going on here? Her deadpan response? How should I know? But before Kyou can even blink, she spins around and sits on his head as she launches a full verbal uppercut. Use that tiny brain of yours and figure it out yourself. Goddamn. Straight critical hit. Kyou blinks, takes it like a champ, then goes full monologue mode. There are two possibilities, he says like a detective in an anime finale. One, the game's storyline has changed. He raises a finger like he's presenting a twisted riddle. The other is, we then cut back to our overly dramatic Kirin. We cut to the divine beast. Mane flowing, eyes locked forward. He's finally back. Finally. I made it back. The crash of exhaustion hits like a brick wall. Even divine creatures aren't immune to burnout. This exhaustion, I'll need one Eureka fruit to recover. A beat of silence, then a cold realization. No, 10 of them. He strolls through the field, happily singing as he gets closer. But as he reaches the middle of the field, horror instantly fills his eyes. He stumbles into the grove and freezes. Dead animals. Everywhere. Eyes wide. Heart drop. Wait, what is this? Poison? He sniffs the crimson fruit in front of him, normally a delicacy to Kirin's, and it hits him. No way. Eureka fruits were never poisonous. Someone laced them. Shock turns to dread. But why? His mind races. These fruits are sacred. No one touches them before me. But today, he wasn't there. They ate them first. Then the real horror clicks. A flashback to Kyou halting his path. If I hadn't met that guy today, the one who would have died would be me. Eyes go sharp. Someone has a grudge against the Kirin clan. He bolts. No hesitation. No second thoughts. Quick. I must leave this place immediately. We cut to the flawless palace, white walls, towering ceilings, and the type of royal flex only the top dogs can afford. And speaking of royalty, one pissed-off noble is stomping down the hallway like he's got a lawsuit in one hand and a hit list in the other. Lord Mukare! He bellows, practically frothing at the mouth. Why didn't you send reinforcements? The noble doesn't stop there, and adds, I just received news. The last member of the Izumi clan has fallen in battle. He slowly starts to lose it. You claimed you owed the Izumi clan a great debt. You said you'd help us defeat the Tatsumi clan. Mukare gets up slowly, brushing off the drama like lint on his cloak. Oi, old man, don't get the wrong idea. I said I understood. I never said I'd help. And then he hits him with the cherry on top. And for such a petty reason, you came all the way here just to whine? Do you even understand your position? The noble's brain short-circuits. Knees hit the marble floor. My deepest apologies, Lord Mukare. The downfall of the Suo family, it was my emotions. I beg for your forgiveness. Mukare doesn't blink. Instead, he raises his hand, golden light sparking in his palm as his voice drops into that calm, predator's tone. Back then, when I led my troops through a small northern town, we were starving, soldiers dropping like flies on the verge of death. You gave us food. Because of that, we survived. I haven't forgotten that debt. The noble looks up, a flicker of hope in his eyes. I sincerely thank you from the bottom of my heart, righteous Reikun. But before he can finish, golden chains of energy erupt, yanking him into the air. His eyes widen in shock as Mukare's power surges through him like molten iron. Reikun, what are you? Mukare's smile is pure venom. You're the only one left of the Suo family. Living alone must be boring, right? So I'll send you to your family so you won't be lonely. The noble thrashes, screaming. What? Stop it, Reikun, please! Please forgive me! But mercy? Not in Mukare's vocabulary. The man's body detonates midair, his last words drowned in the explosion of light. The remains slam into the floor in a disgusting heap. Mukure doesn't even glance back. He simply flicks his hand and mutters, "Clean it up. If you ever bring trash like this into the palace again, you'll end up the same way." His subordinates pale and stammer out, "Yes!" as they scramble to remove what's left. Then, without missing a beat, Mukure turns his gaze to the hooded figure in the corner, Fog, the old mage with the glowing orb. His voice cuts like a blade. "Fog, don't think this has nothing to do with you. Lately, you haven't been completing your missions properly, and it's been irritating me." The mage stiffens under his master's glare. Mukure presses harder. "How long are you going to struggle with something as simple as capturing one mermaid and one killin?" The old mage bows his head. "My apologies. There were complications, but we've obtained an important lead." He lifts the orb, blue light swirling as an image begins to form. "This man caused a disturbance at Lake Izumo, possibly to help Senna escape." Mukure narrows his eyes, watching the projection take shape. And sure enough, there he is. Kyou, standing with Senna, the mermaid at his side. The old mage lowers his gaze, voice grave. "And that's not all. At the very site where we plan to capture the Qilin, I sensed the same spiritual energy wave. It's possible this man took the Qilin as well." The mage presses on. "Reikun, could this man have been sent by someone? Could it be that old man?" Mukure tilts his head, his thoughts swirling like a storm. Thinking any further is a waste of time. The moment the Jano army unleashes havoc across this continent is nearly here. No matter what, we must obtain that crucial sample. He steps forward, voice commanding, "Start working on that matter now." The mage bows, clutching the glowing orb tighter. "Rest assured, Reikun, the preparations are already underway." Mukure halts, then turns slightly, his words slicing through the silence like a death sentence. "And about those vermin from earlier, kill them all." The mage's eyes widen, then harden with cruel understanding. "Of course, I understand completely. Not only Tatsumi Kyou, but every single person around him will be eliminated." And with that vow, the palace grows darker. The pieces are set, the pawns already moving, and somewhere beyond these walls, Kyou has no idea the storm that's about to descend on him.